Hi, Bo here from High Tech Investment, and welcome back to the channel where this is the second video of FTMO trading, a very new and exciting subject here. And the reason for this is basically FTMO is proprietary trading. It is trading with other people's money. It's actually a very low risk and the gains can be extremely high, especially if you can get to a certain level where you can trade something like $200,000 or $400,000 here and get a big percentage of the pie itself. Now, obviously, at the moment, we are doing a range of beta tests together with Expert4x. And in the last week's video, we actually released this one here. And the EA is called a prop cruncher. And we have already started some beta tests. I showed in this particular video here exactly how you could help, how you could set up. And basically some of the benefits within the Expert4x premium forum, what exactly you could gain access to, and try and help also develop this particular EA here. So that's what we're doing. It has been going for more than a week here now, and it's obviously time to have a look at some of the results that it has produced. Now, in the last video here also, we just went through the setup process. We went through the setup for the MT4 platform. And we also linked it up together with the FX Blue in here. And we also had a look at the MQL5. We have taken that particular one away at the moment here again, and it has now been replaced. So with the FTMO, where there is a bit of a link that you can go and have a look at, we're going to go through it also here today. And it's actually set on our website as usual, where we're trying to combine all the videos, all the details, information, and obviously a lot of different buttons and accounts that you can basically click on and then get all this detailed information out of it. So as we mentioned here last week, we set up 3 accounts, 200,000, 50,000 and 10,000 accounts. And within there, you can see our trading. We also have individual links, so you can see which particular account that we use to basically copy trade from Expert4x copy link service here. We showed you the lot size that is being used. And now we have also added our FTMO accounts, so you can go and have a look at those. And we're going to do all this here today to see exactly how it mix and match, if anybody has actually made it through, if anything has crashed. And at the end of the day, there is also more news on the FTMO trading. Things have changed a bit, and it's actually all for the better. So we're going to have a look at that also. So let's start off and have a look and compare some of the accounts here. So we start as usual on our website, and from there on, you click the portfolio button up here. You get to the portfolio of opportunities, and at the top here, you have the prop cruncher. We'll click on this particular one. It gives you a bit of details and information on it, and we will have weekly profits in the future once we are starting to have a bit more details apart from the beta testing. In here we have the video that I mentioned to you before, so you can go and see that one for the setups or for the initial parts. And then obviously also we have the prop cruncher in here, and those details are basically all about the accounts. So we have our FX Blue accounts up here, those 3. This is the accounts that we are copying, so those are the links itself. And then below we have the factors all the way through for the individuals, and then also the FTMO account that will take you directly over to some of all these things we're going to have a look at here today. But we're going to start off with the FX Blue, so our FX Blue accounts that are basically tracking all our trades. So our FX Blue accounts look like this at the moment. Balance 207,030 euros here on top. Floating at the moment is a slight minus on about $5 here. And then close profits 7,030. Free margin 193. And as you can see, the graph looks pretty awesome at the moment. It is a demo account, as we mentioned here before. And you can also see the total returns, 3.5%. Monthly returns, again, calculated by FX Blue. Weekly returns, 2.5%. And all the other data in here. History is 11 days. And if we just compare that to what we have on Expert4x here, we can see that the data is not the same. So the balance is a lot higher. They are basically very close to getting to the 210,000 in here. So there's obviously some discrepancies with it. And we'll explain it to you just in a second. Now also here below, we can see the total returns is a bit higher than on ours. And if you have a look, you can also see here that we have quite a few trading in here. So if we go to this one, we should have 2. And then for that, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So basically 12 currency pairs here. And if you compare that on the other one, we basically have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So currency pairs on this particular one here. And again, there is a small discrepancy in here, and we'll explain that to you exactly what it was, because a few things seems to have gone wrong in the initial copy link service. And that is why you're actually seeing some of these slight changes in here. So if we have a quick look, and this is our stats again here, again, same details as you had before. And we have a look at the individual days. And we do the same here also for the other one. So we also go to stats here. And for that stats, we also go to days. And again, and we are basically looking at the net profit that we have here. And we can see there's a big day where it cashed in. And this is from Expert4x page again here, where we have slightly different numbers. So this one was 400. So on the Expert4x, we have 800, and over here we only have 800 on that one, where again, Expert4x have 3,752. Quite a lot of difference. You can also see the amount of trades is 31 here, where we only have 8, and we had 9 on that particular day, where Expert4x has 7. Now, basically, this is something to do with the symbols that we have in here. And if we have a look at the, go back and have a look at the open trades itself, and then we'll see here exactly what has been missing. So we go to orders, and we go to the closed orders over here, and then we just have a look. And for this particular one, we can see there's some major, so again, this is Expert4x FX blue line, and we can see a lot of lot sizes, very, very big. So basically what that means was that it didn't copy these particular trades over to our account size in here. We can try and do the same, of course, but you will see there's only 2 of that particular currency pair in here, and that basically it showed up quite late, a few days late, and then started off with some extremely big lot sizes. And obviously we manually closed them and made sure that it wouldn't come out again here. You can see them. We have one that started off at 8.49 lots, the other one here at 8.95, and we basically closed them off. They ended up in profit. One was in minus, but overall it was actually in profit here. And if you have a look at the other one, you have quite a lot, and that is the one that cashed in. But also from what we understand here, it is also the one that actually made the account fail, so it couldn't keep within the daily drawdown limits. Now these details here you can see more about, so let's go and have a look at the FTMO account, and you can see this one here is still very much alive. We started off, these are trades basically being taken, and as you can see right now, there is quite a few in here. We started off on the 9th of July with this one. It ends on the 22nd of July. This one here still has the 14-day timeline. Account size 200,000, swing trades, and basically last updated. And if we have a closer look, we can see current results, and this is again what is permitted. Now this changes every single day. It is an update that you need to make sure that you have in place, or at least you understand today's permit loss in here and max permitted loss over here. And then you have today's profit so far, and looks pretty okay. Again, so this cuts off at midnight. Minimum trading days 2, so we have passed that one because we are now up at 7. Maximum daily losses, we actually got that quite early on here, but still we managed to be below the 0.36. You can imagine if we would have taken the other trades here also, as you saw, that would definitely have blown the account. But on the other hand, it's nothing to get too upset about, because what we understand from Alex and the premium forum in here, the drawdown still only ended up at less than 10%. And obviously that is still extremely good, also because it actually cashed in with a lot of profit at the end of the day. But we can see so far we have passed this part. Max loss, we are not even close, so it is the same 7,000 here, or 3.68%. And then the last part we basically need to conquer here is the profit target of 10,000, and at the moment we're at 6,809, and basically we've done 3.4%. We need to get up to 5% here in order to make the cut. Now you can see the individual days here from 10th of July. 1700, 11th, 1347, 12th July, 1045. And then the profits is going a bit down here. 13th was 837, 14th of July, 841, 17th of July, 804. And we can see at the moment here, we are half day in of trading. Basically 18th of July, we have 8 trades. And so far the results is 436. And this account looks still to be on target. So to make the cut, it is going to be a bit tight, but we're not going to change the lot factor, which is set to 1:1. We'll have to wait and see if it actually going to make the cut. That is the whole idea of the beta testing here. So when we take a look at the $50,000 account here with the FX Blue, so this is our account again, we have made $50,716, and equity is currently 50,688. Floating profit minus 28, and close profit we have made so far 716. So that is pretty good. And we can also see the individual currency pairs that has been traded. Total returns 1.4, monthly returns calculated by FX Blue 6.2, weekly returns 1.4, and trading history 11 days. We put this on the weekend, so you might have a few more. Basically, that is when the account for the FX Blue is set up, not when it actually starts trading. If we have a look at the other one over here, you can see that this is Expert4x's, and basically the balance is almost the same, but it shouldn't be again here, because we are using not a 1:1 lot size, if you remember. So let's go quickly back here. You can see the lot size itself. We are using 1.123 within here, so, and that is why there should be a bit of a difference, which there isn't. And the reason for that again is the same currency pair you saw before, the New Zealand Japanese in here, that did a range of trades together with the Expert4x. We weren't copied in on these particular ones at the time, so just by luck it looks almost the same at the first glance, but again there is a couple of differences in here. So if you have a look at the orders itself, you can see the Euro Great British Pounds is 0.30. You can see Euro Great British Pounds 0.33. If we have a look at hours, you will then see on the order form itself in here, and let's go to open orders only. You can see it is 0.40 and 0.36. And again, that is the difference that you have in between the two here. Now the again, the details that we saw earlier, and for the closed ones, we just have a quick look on the symbols in here. And again, you can see the New Zealand Japanese. It set a range of trades in here, which we were not part of on our particular side. Like other traders, they actually came in a few days later, and the one or two that actually opened also on this particular account, we closed it and then blocked it until the New Zealand Japanese was actually over and done with. And now we are running everything in the same manner once again. Let's go and have a look at the stats itself for the week, or for the days in here. And they look like this: 148, 139, 223. And if we do the same thing, so for our account over here, just so we can try and compare them, we can see here 190 and 388, 106 and 30. So there is a couple of differences in here. You can see the amount of trades that has been taken. Again, just for that particular currency pair in here, actually made a big difference at the end of the day, but obviously also a heavy drawdown. Now, if we have a look at the FTMO account, so this is the one, and you can see that we need a profit of 2,500. We can also see the account size is 50,000 over here, again, swing account. Started off on the 12th of July and finishes on the 25th. And last update was the 18th. again, max loss. We are very, very far away from this particular one. So that looks good. If we look at today's permitted loss, we can see again here that changes a bit from day to day, depending on how much profit also we're making. 2,504. Max permitted loss 5,690, and today's profit has been set at 4.21. And again, this is set at midnight. As you can see here, there is still a lot more profit on that particular day here. Now, objective minimum 2 trading days, we have 4 so far, so that has passed. We have maximum daily loss 2,500, as we saw up there. Very, very low, 2.35, so that is extremely good. And then we have max loss of 5,000, and we're not even close to that one. Not even 1,000 yet, 985, or minus 1.97, so that is also passed. So the last thing that we now need to sort out here is the 2,500 in profit. And so far we haven't passed it. We are a bit below also the expectations that we need. Obviously with 10 days and 2,500 means an average of $250 a day has to be made. And we only made that so far on 1 day, even though our lot size, remember, was a bit bigger here. So lot 1.23 instead. So about 25% more coming out of it. Based on the drawdowns, obviously we could have made it a bit higher. But again, trying to be a bit conservative, not to blow the accounts. But so far, so good. And obviously the entire Forex market could pick up, and so could the EA, obviously. So there is still a bit of time to see exactly if we're going to just pass the $50,000 challenge here. So let's not forget our $10,000 account here either. As we can see here, balance 10,070. Equity is 1,060. Current floating profit is minus $10.73. And if we have a quick look, so also here for the Expert4x, we can see that the profit is a lot higher again over here. So absolutely looking same on the floating profit, and that's because the open orders are now also matching again. If we have a look down at the currency pairs, again, we can see here that they are all in. Definitely there's still an issue with the New Zealand Japanese that we had earlier that I've showed you here a few times, and that also carried over to this particular account. Same thing here. If we have a look at the returns, so far 0.6%, 2.5% for monthly return. So definitely that is not enough at the moment. Weekly return is 0.6. And again, we can see the individual days. Worst day was actually a loss in here of minus 38, and the worst week was 33.5. So obviously not what we wanted. And if we have a look at Expert4x's account, we can see that that looks a bit better overall. So total return 1.8, monthly return 7%, weekly return 1.6. And also here, they didn't have any worse days. So there seems to be a bit of an issue in between the two accounts here. If we have a look at the open orders right now, just to check exactly how this operates, we can see that there's currently 2 ones in here for the Euro British pounds. And they start off at 0.06 and then 0.7. And then here, Aussie Japanese, there's another one. So let's go and see if that actually matches. And it does, as you can see in here. So that is actually good news. The stats, again, that we need to go and have a look at. So if we just run over those, these are the same ones as we had before. And have a look at the individual days. You will see, again, we're going to have an issue here somewhere around the 14th and 17th. And if we do the same for the Expert4x one, you will also see that pattern here repeats a bit. So 25, 40, 22 for the first couple of days. So very, very similar. And then from down here, we can see that we made 15. We did a loss here. And here they made only $1, and then they made a lot more here. Again, down to the New Zealand Japanese coming back and actually cashing in. But it also had a big drawdown again. We can see at the moment here on the open day for 74. And what do we have over here? We are a bit higher, 5.22. We're actually running the same lot size, both of them, at the end of the day, but there are still small, minute changes in here. So basically the small little milliseconds in between when the trades are being taken. Now the FTMO chart looks like this, and obviously again here it's a bit too flat at the end of the day. We can see that the account size is 10,000, and again started off in 11th of July, and the test basically runs until 24th of July. Again, swing and latest update also here today on the 18th. Profits that we're looking for is $500 at the moment, so we are quite a long way from there. Balance, as it says, 70 here on our particular one. Today's permitted loss, you can see there's nothing here, and the same on the next one, because what actually happened in here is that we had a max daily loss exceedance, and you can see it by the red cross in here. So we ended up in a daily loss of 6.4%, so basically $640 in here, and obviously the maximum we can is 5% on the daily loss. The max loss in here was 1,000, and that one we were actually within the 551 or 5.51. Again, doesn't really help it. So once you have exceeded this one here, the test is basically over. We have had this one continues to run just to see how well it does. Profit target 500, as I mentioned here before. We are up by 0.58, so not really much at the moment, and obviously it doesn't look like it's going to pass. We have average trading here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 5.5 days running right now. We are making a bit of profits, but we made a big loss up here again, which is a bit of a strange thing in here. It shouldn't be able to do that if everything was running okay. But again, that is something we'll discuss in the beta testing section itself. So as you can see, we have a bit of a mixed result so far on the FTMO challenges in here. Some of them are looking quite okay. So the 200,000 account definitely looks okay. We have seen already a couple of the people has passed it. Those are the ones that have actually used more than 1-to-1 lot size in here. And because they didn't have the special currency pair that had a huge drawdown that Alex and Expert4x had. So they actually managed to get through this one here in record particular time. But what we are looking for is some stable results where we all get similar lot sizes and similar trades all the way through here, depending on exactly how you have set it up. There should be a match. There should basically be a bit of a coherency in between them. And obviously when you have a couple of currency pairs that is not in there in the beginning and then all of a sudden it's getting added, then that basically muds out the waters here a bit, and a bit difficult also here to exactly figure out what has happened and how we can actually avoid this here in the future. The issue seems to be lying with Expert4x and something with that one currency pair that didn't go through. But obviously that is what beta testing is for, trying to iron these things out to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And we can see that the 50,000 account had a similar issue also in here. It had a big lot size, and that has basically saved it so far. Also not taking the trades. Profit is a bit low, so we'll have to wait and see how that exactly goes. And then obviously our $10,000 account has already not blown, but has certainly exceeded the limitations in here. I believe if you were a profit retriever trader and would have had a drawdown of 6, 8, or even 10%, you would laugh at this. But that is the case when you are doing the FTMO trading. There is certain limitations within here that you have to abide by, otherwise you are basically out. Now there's a couple of new things that has just been introduced into the markets here now for the FTMO and proprietary trading, and that is trade without any time limit and take as long as you want to pass. And that is a huge change that has been coming here, because the time pressure is basically what drives you forward. You need a certain percentage within a certain period of time. And the percentage is easy enough, of course, to make. Most people can make 10, 20, 30% every single month, at least for some months. But obviously it will also come at a huge drawdown, and that's where FTMO has limited you with both the drawdowns on the daily side, the maximum, and then also the time limit. So now with the time limit basically gone, That now means that you can actually lower your risk and take a bit longer actually to achieve that profit. And that would also mean at the end of the day, you will lower your drawdown. It'll be a lot easier basically to pass these challenges in the future. So very, very good news in here, and basically comes out. The unlimited trading period is here. The 30 or 60 calendar day to complete the evaluation process are gone. So that is definitely good news. Free repeat and 14-day extensions are also no longer needed because traders trying on the FTMO challenge and the verification don't have to watch whether they can make 10% in 30 days or 5% in 60 days. So obviously these are huge changes, and that will also have an influence definitely on the next beta test that it looks like we're going to do together with Expert4x. We can take it at a lower risk and basically take our time in order to make sure that we get through the trial periods. And from there on, you have to put in a small little fee to start trading these different amounts. How much it is, it all depends on the amounts. And obviously the individual companies also have different percentage settings of profit sharing. More about that in another video here. So I hope I gave you a bit of a detailed information on how the test has been going so far on our 3 accounts that we are monitoring.